buenas gente, ¿qué tal estáis? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Bienvenidos a una nueva aventura que vamos a subir poquito a poco. Subiremos de vez en cuando cuando me apetezca jugar a Constructor Plus, ¿vale? Este lo jugaba yo cuando era pequeño y bueno, tenía ganas de pillarlo y han hecho una oferta en Steam y lo he pillado. Así que de vez en cuando subiré un capitulillo de porque claro, los juegos de estrategia son muy largos y tampoco me gusta cargar mucho el canal de contenido de estos. De ver cuando subo un vídeo, pero no me gusta cargarlo porque estoy con Batman Arkham Knight. Lo que pasa es que el micro con el que grabo se me ha jodido. Entonces estoy grabando con el micro de los cascos y como veréis se me escucha muy mal o muy bajo o muy alto, no lo sé. Entonces, mientras me viene el micro nuevo que he pedido, pues estaremos con esto. Batman Arkham Knight no lo voy a seguir subiendo hasta que no tenga el micro en condiciones, porque si no es una mierda y una basura, no me gusta subirlo así. Pero juegacillos sin esto, pues bueno, por subir algo al canal para no tenerlo parado, pues lo subo. Deciros también que la webcam también me estaba dando fallos, la he tenido que cambiar y bueno, esperar a que venga también otra que me la han cambiado. Así que no me voy a grabar en estos días, aunque yo no me suelo grabar el juego de estrategia porque me veo muy cerca de la pantalla. Así, vamos a comenzar.
So, you think you can make it in the world of Constructor?
Vale, yo llevo mucho tiempo sin jugar a o sea que ni me acuerdo ya. A ver, dice coger el tranquillo, misión 0, coger el tranquillo. Ya que puedes enfrentarte al mundo de la construcción. Tu predecesor no tuvo nada. Le vamos a dar a ese.
So, you think you can make it in the world of Constructor? Your predecessor was not up to the job. You think you can cope with the demands of the city council and the mob, let alone those annoying tenants?
Vale, ¿crees que puedes enfrentarte al mundo de la construcción? Tu predecesor no estuvo a la altura. Es duro soportar la demanda del ayuntamiento y de la mafia y de los vecinos pesados. Ya ni hablemos. Coño. Ya ni hablemos. ¿Te ves capaz? Pues sí.
I'll get it in the neck if I don't explain some of the basics to you. Your ever-important cursor is controlled using the mouse. You can push scroll the map by moving to the sides of the screen.
Vale. No voy a estar leyendo todo cada vez por tres, así que, a ver, me quedará una buena serie, te explico básico. Puede controlar el cursor del ratón, puede mover las vistas del mapa moviéndose el externo de la pantalla. Vale, muy bien, eso. Muy bien.
Well, there's no flies on you, are there? You can move the camera view around using the cursor keys. Why don't you have a look around now?
La tecla de dirección. Pues muy bien. A ver si muevo la cámara usando la tecla de dirección.
You can zoom right out by pressing delete or rolling the mouse scroll wheel.
Puedo dejar la vista manteniendo pulsado delete o moviendo la rueda del ratón.
Well done. You're not as daft as you look.
Bien.
You can zoom back in by pressing insert or rolling the mouse scroll wheel away from you.
Bien. Lo haces mejor de lo que creía. Puedes acercar la vista. Aquí.
This is your HQ, center of all things important.
Esta es tu base donde tienes lugar toda la...
If this burns down, it'll be curtains for you. But don't worry, we'll dig you a nice grave in the yard.
No te preocupes. Bueno. Esta es tu base donde tienen lugar todas las cosas importantes. Será mejor que la protejas como si fuera tu vida. Como si te fuera la vida en ello. Si la destruyen, se acabó lo que se daba, pero no te preocupes, que te cavaremos una tumba bien maja. Hijo puta.
Rather than standing around picking your nose, let's get going by selecting this geezer. Point your cursor at his feet and press the left mouse button.
Voy a... Un segundín que voy a ver si las letras las puedo... Mensajes. Ocultar atajos, no. Ocultar pista, ayuda. Ocultar botón de ayuda, no. Control, no configuración. Jugabilidad. Vale. Velocidad de construcción, vale. Contacto de enemigo. Construcción para... No. Quiero...
Rather than standing
A
around.
ver. Movilidad, hemos dicho configuración, controles. Ubicación nueva, velocidad de desplazamiento 5, velocidad de cursor 5, zoom automático, configuración. Velocidad de transición de pantalla, a ver, por dos, a ver.
Rather than standing around picking your nose, let's get going by...
No. Normal.
Rather than standing around picking your nose, let's get going by selecting this geezer. Point your cursor at his feet and press the left mouse button.
Vale, me quito.
This is your foreman. You'll need him to build your property empire. He will instruct his own work team to do all the hard graft for you, whilst he files the risk
Vale,
assessments.
ya tengo aquí eso. Vale. Este es tu capataz. Necesitará para construir tu imperio inmobiliario. Le darás instrucciones a los miembros de tu equipo. Los obreros para que hagan todo lo que es trabajo duro. Vale.
You can move him around by pointing where you
Para
want him to
hacerlo
move to and pressing
Para
the
hacer que
right
muevas
mouse
clic
button.
derecho. ¿Dónde quieres que vaya?
Righto.
And here they come. Your
Vale, por
workers
fin.
have finally got out of bed to do some hard graft. Send your foreman to the beacon we've just placed outside the HQ entrance by pointing and pressing the right mouse button. His work team will always tag along.
Vale. El capataz lo ponemos justo a la baliza aquí.
Righto.
Muy bien.
That was a long walk, wasn't it? Every foreman can have a work group of up to 5 workers. If you have a full group, they'll be far more efficient. So you'd better add 2 more workers to this guy's team. Select the flashing Work Team button and make the group up to 5 workers.
Así que será mejor que adjudique otros 2 obreros más en el equipo de este. Elige el botón de equipo de obreros. Que será el botón Q, ¿no? No, D.
Select spare workers on the right to
Elige el
fill the
obrero.
team up to 5. And then choose the flashing group selection icon to bring them together.
Le damos a A.
Righto.
Great job. You're getting the idea with these flashing icons.
Righto.
Now let's exit this screen.
Muy bien.
Right, enough of all this poncing about. Time to do some building. Let's start by placing your first building site. So let's head on over to the estate agent.
Abonearse, que ya todo construido. Empezamos a colocación en primera hora de construcción, así que vayamos a la agencia inmobiliaria.
The lumber yard will be your first resource, which is handy for a plank like you. Get it up and running to supply wood for your future buildings. Try finding a legal position to place the site by moving the cursor footprint around. You can tell which land you own because it's glowing your team colour.
Ok.
Position the cursor over where you want to build. If the cursor is red, that is not a legal position.
Por narices,
The
como que
arrows
no
show which direction the gate will face. Would you look at that? A brand spanking new building site. To view the site, press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the footings.
Fíjate en tu obra nueva, reciente. Y el botón izquierdo del ratón.
To start working on this building, bring your men onto the site. This can be done by simply clicking on the Call Work Team icon. Alternatively, you could just tell your... Would you look at that? A brand spanking new building site. To view the site, press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the footings. Watch them build. It's a real delight. If these guys keep up their day job, they'll gain experience and become much more reliable. Congratulations! You have finished your first lumber yard. To restock it, move a work team into the building. The lumber yard will be your source of wood for years to come. Press the left mouse button whilst hovering over the building foundations, or click the new icon that's appeared on the left-hand side of the screen. To speed up wood production, you can call a second team into the building. You've made enough of a...
Has trabajado duro, pero ya tienes madera suficiente para empezar a construir tu siguiente edificio. Ve a la agencia inmobiliaria para ver las opciones que tienes. Muy bien, hemos dicho que...
Now, let's have you stop the... To speed up wood production, you can call a second team into the building.
No puedo construir más. Aquí. Esto que es casa.
There are now more choices of buildings you can create. Click on the Homes icon to see what's new. You now have access to 3 low-grade tenant houses. We want you to build a log cabin, which will fit neatly beside your lumber yard. You can change the selected building type by using the directional buttons. Press the left mouse button to place site.
Muy bien, vamos a ver. Ya tiene acceso a las tres casas de inquilinos de rango bajo. Queremos que construya una cabaña que quede en el lado de la serranía. A cambiar vale, una cabaña. Has trabajado duro, pero ya tiene madera suficiente para construir. Muy bien, sí. Oye, ¿por qué? Vale, ¿por qué no me deja construir esto?
Yup.
No me deja...
You've made enough of a racket, but now we've got enough...
Sí, ya sé que tengo madera suficiente, pero ¿ahora qué pasa? Me dijo aquí...
There are now more choices of buildings you can create. Click on the Homes icon to see what's new.
Ese, ahora.
You now have access to 3 low-grade tenant houses. We want you to build a log cabin, which will fit neatly beside your lumber yard. You can change the selected building type by using the directional buttons. Press the left mouse button to place site.
¿Qué debí? Vivienda de buena calidad. Madre mía. Ah, vale, aquí tiene que ser. Vale.
Well, that one's squeezed in nicely. Now you need to call a work team to finish the job. If your teams are busy, click on your foreman using the left mouse button and move him to the site by pointing and clicking the right button. Whilst people are inside a building, a flag appears outside. You can click on the base of his brown flag using the left button to select him.
Vale. Ha quedado divina. Ahora tienes que llamar a un equipo de obreros para acabar, vale. Vale, un equipo de obreros. Pero espérate un momentillo. ¿Qué haces?
There are now more choices of buildings you can create. You now have access to 3 low-grade tenant houses. We want you to build a log cabin, which will fit neatly. Well, that one's squeezed in nicely. Now you need to call a work team to finish the job. If your teams are busy, click on your foreman using the left mouse button and move him to the site by pointing and clicking the right button. Whilst people are inside a building, a flag appears outside. You can click on the base of his brown flag using the left button to select him.
Vale. Eso ahí.
Congratulations on your first tenant house, even if it is a bit naff.
Righto.
To look inside and choose a tenant, hover your pointer over the base of the building and press the
Primera
left
casa de
mouse
inquilino,
button.
aunque sea un poco cutre, para ver en su interior, no deja el inquilino.
Well done. Your first home has
bien
been
hecho.
completed and is ready to be rented out for the first time. Building a variety of... Congratulations on your first tenant
Primera
house,
casa de inquilino, aunque
even
sea un
if it is
poco
a bit
cutre, para ver
naff.
su interior y elige
To
un
look inside
inquilino.
and choose a
Para
tenant,
clic aquí va a
hover
ser
your
difícil.
pointer over the base of the building and press the left mouse button.
Vale, elegimos el inquilino. Es que no me acuerdo del
This
juego.
place is obviously empty. To put a tenant in this house, click on the Appoint Tenant icon. There are 5 levels of tenant, from the riffraff to the toffs. I'm afraid you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this
Por el
stage.
momento tendrás que conformarte con lo peor. Claro.
Take this dodgy-looking pair. Whilst they have plenty of money, they don't breed quickly enough, and they might damage your property.
Tienen dinero suficiente, pero se reproducen bastante rápido.
I think it's best we use the other couple.
Y
These
este-
slobs will do exactly what we need. They'll
Estos
breed
ratones
like
son
rabbits
justo lo que
to create
necesitamos.
extra workers and
Procrearán
tenants.
como conejos y nos darán nuevos obreros en el inquilino. Vale.
They've moved in and made themselves at home. Don't you love what they've done with the decor? You can find out what these tenants like and don't like by clicking on their picture. These slobs are the lowest level of tenant that you can get. They're good for breeding quickly, are quite noisy and can cause problems for their neighbours. But as long as you don't annoy them, they can be fairly self-contained and don't expect too much in the way of luxuries. These areas give you information about the house and its tenant. Hover your pointer over each of the areas to find out more info. Use the cursor keys to move easily between icons. Currently, these guys are paying rents, but we need to expand our empire and breed more workers. Click on the worker icon to have them start breeding a worker instead.
Aquí.
There you go.
Ya
Your
está.
bundle of
Pues
joy
aquí está
is
el
on its
camino.
way.
Este indicador muestra el camino.
This display shows you how long before your worker will report for duty at your HQ. To make your tenants a bit more
Si quieres que
active
tu
in the
hijo sea
bedroom
emotivo,
and
en la
deliver your
cama,
children
para
quicker,
tener hijos más
I
rápido,
suggest
esto
you
es necesario.
upgrade their bedroom. Click on the
mejor es su
Redecorate
dormitorio.
Rooms button. There are 4 rooms in this gaff.
Vale.
Each of
La
these
casa
rooms
tiene
has a different
4
benefit,
habitaciones. Cada una
such
tiene
as
beneficios
increasing
distintos.
life expectancy, relieving stress, reducing repairs,
Tres,
and
reducir las
increasing
reparaciones,
birth
aumentar la
rate,
tasa de
which is what we
cesariana
need right now. Please select the bedroom.
y el dormitorio.
What a dub!
Mira la leonera.
There are several stages for each room that must be better than this. Select upgrade room to start redecorating. You will need to call a work team inside the building to complete the upgrade.
Tendrás que llamar a un equipo de obreros al interior del edificio para completar la mejora. Vale, están pintando.
Marvelous. Your
Maravilloso.
team has completed the new
El equipo ha
bedroom.
completado el dormitorio. La está mucho mejor. Ahora con suerte esto tendrá que estar efecto. Nos vamos a la pantalla. Muy bien.
You will notice that the birth rate has improved. The faster the dial goes round, the quicker the next baby will appear. Just like in real life. They do slow down as they produce more children, but the happier they are, the quicker they breed, and more rent they are willing to pay. Everyone wants a nice garden to go with their house, so let's start by improving the fence.
Vale, vamos a mejorar la valla.
At the moment, you only have a limited selection of fences available. This tenant particularly likes the privet hedge, of course. Please select and purchase it.
Muy bien.
You need to get those lazy workers off their tea break and out into the yard to do some more work. Please call them back out.
La pausa de té y se pongan a trabajar. Llámalo.
Each fence has a different defensive ability, as well as being aesthetically pleasing for your tenants.
Muy bien.
That looks much better and will keep your tenant happy. Now let's leave the house and have a look around.
Vale, salimos a la casa.
You can quickly see what each house is producing. Rent, workers, or more tenants, as shown by the floating icon above the house. If something else is wrong, it will be shown there instead. Now we need to teach you how to look after your estates. Let's introduce you to one of our other characters, the repairman. Please select this fine gentleman over here.
Seleccionamos este
Hey,
caballero.
calm down.
Your repairman's a right spanner. If you switch on auto repair, he will circle around all of your buildings on his current estate, repairing them one after another for you. Tidy.
Muy bien.
Alternatively, you can manually prioritise his work by moving him inside a particular building. Once the property is in immaculate condition, he will move on to his next job.
Muy bien.
Hello, hello. What's
Hello,
going on
hello.
here? This dude looks like he's up to no good.
Vale.
Someone has stolen some resources from your site on Katie Swallow's estate. It might not be too late to catch him and get them back. Too late! He's disappeared down your tube station and he seems to have stolen all your wood. You'll need to restock that place. Get one of your teams back inside
Tienes
your
que
lumber
reabastecer el
yard.
sitio. Lleva uno de tus equipos hacia la orilla.
Looks like something is kicking off in here. Let's have a look inside the house.
No, dentro de la casa. Muy bien. ¿Qué pasa? Con la
Some
lata
people are never
cerveza.
happy. They've sent a complaint
Que
letter
nunca
to the
está comentando
council.
en evidente una
Click on
tapa.
their heads to see what's wrong. Oi! Your factory's been going day and night. We can't stand the noise no more. Close it down for a bit or give us some double glazing.
En 336 días, vale. Ya lo está arreglando usted. Pues se dio por fallar 20 puntos.
They're obviously not happy living next to a loud factory. Better keep them sweet by getting your work team out of there.
Righto.
Vale.
Righto. Righto. Righto.
Se dijo que mejor tenerlos contentos sacando al equipo de obreros fuera de la fábrica.
Righto. Righto. Righto.
Como lo saco, tío.
Oi! Your factory's been going day and night. We can't stand it. They're obviously not happy living next to a loud factory. Better keep them sweet by getting your work team out of there.
Sacamos los equipos de la fábrica, tío.
Righto.
Vale, se ha quitado, ¿no?
They're obviously not happy living next to a loud factory.
Vale.
Better keep them sweet by getting your work team out of there.
Righto. Righto. Are you kidding or what? Alright.
Pues se vería y cómo coño saco ya esto, tío. Vale, pero ¿cómo coño lo saco?
Tea break.
Yup.
Vale, muy bien, coño.
What do you want? Alright. Alright.
Some people are never happy.
Hay gente que
They've sent a
nunca
complaint
está
letter to
contenta.
the council. Click on their heads to see what's wrong. Oi, your
Aquí.
factory's been going. They're obviously
No,
not
no, no,
happy
gente,
living
sería
next
mejor que
to a loud
tenerlos contentos
factory.
sacando al equipo
Better
de
keep
fuera de
them
fábrica. Vale,
sweet
sí.
by getting your work team out of there.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Joder, tengo que sacarlo de nuevo, tío.
Yes. What do you want?
Tea break.
Yes.
Bueno,
Yes.
That was easy to deal
coño,
with.
¿por qué
They're
no
not
sale?
always
Se saca
as
todo, tío.
simple as that.
Eso está bien, no siempre serán tan sencillos.
However much you have, it's never enough.
Próximo proyecto, selecciona el mando aquí.
Use the left mouse button to select individual
Compramos aquí, ¿no?
estates. The larger the estate, the more expensive it will be.
Compramos.
Please select the Brompton estate. Now we've got some more land, you can finally build your next home. Go back into your estate agent and see what's available.
Una agencia inmobiliaria. Ponemos aquí.
Now it's time to create another of the tenant homes. Once you have created at least one of each, it will unlock more variety. Please select a simple lodge this time. Right, you can now place this lodge anywhere on your new estate. You will see that you can orientate the house by moving it closer to one side than another. Or you can cycle through the directions by pressing the right mouse button.
Esta semana en cualquier punto de tu nueva parcela. Verás que puedes reorientar si la acercas al lado. Vale. Esta sale grande, esta sale así, y esta sale así, y esta sale así, ¿no? Ahí.
Now get those work teams on site to finish the building off.
No puede. No puede llamar. Equipo de obreros, ¿dónde coño están, tío?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yo no entiendo, yo eres puto capataz, tío.
Yes.
Tea break.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
¿Por qué lo tengo que sacar de uno en uno, tío?
Yes.
Tea break.
Yes. 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 Yes.
De verdad, tío. ¿Por qué no se puede ningún europeo?
Yes. Yes.
Como yo no sé por qué no me deja pulsar ahora sacarlo.
Yes.
Tea break. Tea break.
Yes. All right. Are you kidding or what? Righto. 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 Yup. 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 Hello.
No entiendo por qué no me dejaban, coño.
Hello? Righto. Righto.
Now, you need to put a tenant in this new lodge. Please use the slob tenants again, like before.
Vale, inquilinos. Inquilinos, podemos poner
Oi!
a lo mismo.
Each tenant has a certain life
Cada
expectancy.
inquilino tiene una
You
esperanza
have
de
a
vida
limited number of tenants, so you must breed more,
así que deberían
so
criar
they'll be
más para
ready
que
for when
estén
you
listos.
need them later in the game. Please instruct your new tenants to breed a level 1
Inquilino
tenant.
nivel 1.
Well done!
Bien hecho ahora
Now,
para
to speed up the breeding process, you should improve their
Un
bedroom,
dormitorio.
like last time.
Como antes. Vale, lo compramos y que mejore. Y
Now, please improve their fence to keep them happy. A picket fence would look very nice.
estaca. Muy bien. Vaya, hemos dicho que estaca. Corral, valla de madera, estaca blanca. Pues estaca blanca. El que se ponga.
Okay, if you're
Vale.
ready to move on, then
Vale.
we need to build the
Antes de
final
continuar debemos
low-grade property.
construir la última
A
propiedad de
Soweto
rango
hut.
bajo. O sea,
Once you do this, it will unlock the next
Right.
resource, a cement factory. Please select the estate agent and
Yo desde
choose
la casa
the Soweto
Soweto.
hut.
muy bien. La casa Soweto.
A larger garden will please your tenant more and make it easier to decorate the garden with objects. You can push
Puede
out
poner
the
el
edges
límite de
of the
los solares
plot
manteniendo
by
pulsado
holding Shift
Mayu,
and
pulsando
pressing the
las teclas
cursor
de
keys.
dirección.
Once happy with the location of your Soweto hut, place it by pressing the left mouse button.
Mayu. No. Ah, vale. No, pero yo no quiero. No voy a poner tampoco. Si ponemos aquí al lado.
Now, get one of your work teams on site
Ahora lleva uno
to
de tu
finish
equipo de
this
obreros a
building
la
off.
obra y termina el edificio. Muy bien.
Hello? Righto. Righto.
Perfecto. Venga, cada esto. Muy bien.
Due to the high quality of your shacks, the council surveyor is going to let you build some proper houses after you've built the cement yard. This house now needs a tenant who will start paying us rent. We have a business to run and we need to make money. Please select the greaser tenants.
Los inquilinos moteros.
Hello. It is possible to force tenants to pay more rent.
Posible tienen que
Doing
pagar
this
un
will
arriendo
make them less
de alquiler.
happy,
Si lo
which
hacen
may
estarán
cause you
menos contentos.
problems,
Así que
so be
tengan
careful.
cuidado.
Now,
Vamos a subir el
let's
alquiler un
push their rent up
25%.
by at least 25%.
Un 25.
To make sure you keep track of
La
what's going on in the
siguiente,
world when inside a building, you can toggle the radar on or off by pressing the R key. Have a go before you exit the house.
Vale.
To look after these new houses, please select your other repairman. Move him to the Brompton estate and set him auto repairing.
What do you want?
¿Sí?
All right.
I think it's time to buy another larger estate to give you room to expand your empire. Please buy the Beaverbrook estate on the world map screen.
Y vamos aquí.
After building all the level 1 tenant houses, you can now build a cement factory on your new plot of land. Select the cement factory via the estate agent and build this now. Now it's time to finish the building off. Get one of your work teams on site and start building.
Hot lane. Venga, a reparar.
The cement works has been finished and is now up and running. Now start some real buildings.
La fábrica de cimiento ya está hecha. Está todo listo para que empiece a edificar.
We ought to get another one of them
Deberíamos
repairmen
tener-
circling this estate, but we don't have any spare. Here's how to knock out new ones in your HQ.
Tercera, pero no hay ningún disponible. Esto parece un buen momento para explicar cómo producir más en tu base. Vale.
If you click on the HQ icon in the top left using the right mouse button, it will scroll the map to its location. Alternatively, using the left mouse button will take you straight inside.
Sí.
This is your HQ screen, which allows you to monitor how... In here, you can also convert workers into other characters. Convert 3 spare workers into a repairman by clicking the icon. Now, set this new repairman to auto-repair on the Beaverbrook estate.
All right. All right.
We now need a gadget factory to start manufacturing products to keep your tenants happy. Select the gadget factory and place it on your new estate.
Vale, tenemos que coger una máquina, una fábrica de artilugios. Metemos aquí y... Hostia, no puedo cogerla, tío. Así, coño.
Now, get
Muy
one of
bien.
your
Ahora
work
ya
teams
va
on
tú,
site
tal y tal.
to finish this building off.
Trabajamos ahí. ¿Y qué te pasa? Hostia.
You don't have enough resources to finish the building.
Necesita
You will
enviar a
need to
equipos de
send a
obreros que
work
vuelvan
team
a...
back to the resource to restock it before work continues.
Muy bien. Vale, vamos ahí. Sí, estoy como hacer las calles uno a uno, tío. No tiene ningún equipo. Oye, tú habrías... ¿Aquí habías producido un obrero? ¿Este quién coño es, tío? Bueno, vamos a guardar. Aquí.
You don't have enough resources to finish the building. You will need to send a work team back to the resource to restock it before work continues.
No tiene suficiente recursos. Necesita que vuelvan al aserradero. Pues sí, pero... El equipo va para allá. Y aquí dijimos...
Now, get one of... You don't have enough resources to finish the building.
Vale,
You
esperar
will
un
need to
momentillo.
send a work team.
Menos mal. Bueno, gente, vamos a terminar aquí. Vale, lo vamos a dejar aquí. Y menos mal que tengo el portátil, pues se me ha ido la luz. Y menos mal que tengo el portátil, que por lo menos el portátil va con la batería. Lo dejamos aquí, espero que os guste este capítulo y que os guste este juego y iré subiendo más. Así que os agradezco vuestro apoyo, suscribiros al canal y dale like, que es un segundo de vuestro tiempo. Y disculpad por no tener el micrófono todavía. Cuando tenga el micro, pues seguiré subiendo Batman. Así que nos vemos en el siguiente. Hasta luego. Chao.